In today's video, we're going to be totally customizing this Mezco thing figure, making it the best thing figure right now in the market. We're going to be changing the clothes. We're going to be upgrading the articulation. We're going to be changing out the feet. Also, I did break it on accident, so you make sure you watch that part, especially that part because I did almost cry, so you know. And make sure you stick towards the end for the Halloween special bonus accessory. You won't want to miss it. This probably has to be the best Mezco figure and is the best thing figure, okay? But it has a couple issues. It's kind of short. The articulation is kind of whack. The accessories are pretty good. They're pretty good. They're not to my liking because I'll be destroying this figure. I'll be breaking this figure. I broke it. I broke certain parts of it, and we're gonna get to that to the rest of the video. But in general, I'm gonna take this opportunity to really customize this figure and really do a couple things that I like. I grabbed a lot of inspiration from Marvel Rivals, so there's gonna be a couple hints of that within the figure. This is basically just a custom accessory, custom upgrade figure. So let me show you how I do all of that. So the first customization I thought to do with this figure was to improve the ab joint, and that's basically by just hollowing out the insides just so the ab crunch has a little bit more space so it can move. You can see here how the top of the ab goes all the way to the line of the actual waist, so you know it really helps out with the articulation. And then you can see here all the material that was carved out, you know, just so I can make space for that movement. I did mention feet, and the way we're going to be giving it better articulation in the feet is by getting the kit by 6" plus, and we're gonna build it right now. This is gonna make the figure taller, so shout out to 6" plus. I found a mistake. There's a hole, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure I can fill that up with some sort of putty or something like that. No biggie. 6" plus. I forgive you. No problem. Hopefully it didn't happen on the other foot. Let's check. And it did. It did also happen on the other foot. There's a hole right there. Quite unfortunate. Just be on the lookout. It's gonna go something like this. Look, I don't want to sound like an asshole, okay? It has a couple multiple holes, and it's all because of the way it was molded. But I wouldn't see it as much of an issue because you can just literally fill it in with crazy glue or super glue, harden, and it's that small of a hole. And this is one of the feet already placed. And in comparison to the feet here, well, you have nothing like that. You know, it's all flat and it has a ball joint instead of a swivel, limiting the articulation. Actually, the way he did this kit, I think he grabbed a 3D scan of the Mezco thing, basically re-engineer the whole setup. And then thanks to this as well, it causes it to be just a tiny bit taller. Okay, so look at this, bro. Like this. Do you see the height difference on that, dude? So there's been another situation with this, and the thing is I'm supposed to insert this rod across, but in comparison to the other foot, this one was hollowed out and this one is actually closed. So what I have to do now is I need to make a hole for the foot peg to go through. So in this part I did it manually. I didn't want to use the Dremel just because I know usually when you use the Dremel and there's an increase of heat, it could melt the area and make it wider, and I still want that friction to be kept. So I did it by hand and then later used the Dremel. There you go. It took a little bit of work, but it's been cleaned out. Now we can do, and then we just click it. The material he chose is fairly flexible, so do not feel afraid. Oh, how I was mistaken, dude. I'm watching this video footage. I'm freaking cringing right now because this became a bigger fucking issue. Keep watching. And the toe actually broke off, but worry not, because we are, well, I am a customizer and this is fixable. Hopefully, we'll see. I tried super gluing it as it was, but it didn't work. So now I'll have to figure out something to fix it. 6" plus basically just grabbed this one and chopped it up to give it articulation. So I'm thinking, could I do the same? I mean, technically it's the same shape and I can just modify the toe so it can actually fit on the other one. I'm not planning on leaving these on it. I could sacrifice it, you know? Let's try it out. This is the equivalent of you popping a tire in the middle of the freeway in a rainy day, and then you have to clock in around 30 minutes. You don't know how you're gonna get there, but you have to get there. So basically this is the same feeling of desperation that you have. I cut it. Okay, I'm nervous. Now we gotta match the shape of the 6" toes to the original toes. But I do recommend, if you ever get a kid by anybody, you heat it up prior to start pulling on it, just because it might break as well, you know, so just be careful. Okay. Look at this. Freaking no, I think I got it. Okay. So this is the cut up foot. Okay. Look at that. And then I just need to make the hole for the peg. And we are good to go. But so far so good, dog. Really. Oh. I just fucking did it, bro. Look at that. Look at that. That's so sick. Oh, that's fucking cool, dude. That's fucking cool. Woo. Let's keep going with the video. Woo. Woo. Look at that. I did talk to 6" Plus, and you know, I texted him, but I was like, hey dude, just as a heads up, these were the issues that I had with the sculpt. If you know, for me it's not a problem, you know, I can fix it. These are the issues to be on the lookout for. And basically told me like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, cool, you know. He did tell me how he didn't have as much time with this one as with other ones, but he didn't mention anything about giving up replacements. So you know, it's kind of like, ugh. I've had other people that had the same situation as me. Miguel, Tomato, I'll leave pictures here, but I don't know, dude. It really begs the question. Hopefully this doesn't happen with their Hulk they're gonna be releasing. I would think they're gonna have more time to spend with that one so they can avoid QC issues, because this one, I'll do say this, from the moment they announced it to the moment they released it, it was only a couple of months, you know. So, and it was a lower batch. I think it was only like 30 or 10 people that got access to this. So if you want to get it now, it's out of stock, unfortunately. It's a really nice upgrade kit. I liked it. It's just it did have those couple issues. Okay, now that we have the kit ready to go, let's go ahead and start it with the soft goods. In this situation, I didn't make the soft goods. It was Siaga.jp, the same guy that did the Max costume, and they came out looking pretty good, you know. So we have those, and I'll put those to the side, save them for the last shot. But now let's get started with the sculpting, because sculpting this, it was kind of fun. I used a Halide X1, shout out to them. To use for the bigger parts, I used the F69 resin. The sculpting this, I didn't really go for anything crazy. I really like the belt design from Marvel Rivals, and basically I just copied the same logo, put it onto the thicker belt like he does in the original figure, measured the circumference of the belt, and then just made a perfect circle. And I knew that when I was gonna place it on the thing, it was gonna stretch it out, basically fit into place as you stretch it out. Pretty simple, you know. So if you want to make custom belts, that's one way of doing it. Because it's October, I'm gonna take the opportunity to do something that's very dear and near to my heart, which is Zombie Thing. Okay, and this is from the cover art of this. I don't know who drew it, but I'm gonna leave it right here. I think there's a Funko Pop about it too, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, dude, I just found this file. I'll give credit to the artist. I just basically started taking away chunks from the face by doing a Boolean process. I originally took parts, which is the eyes, cheekbone, nose, and then I went in later and started detailing it out, you know, giving it a little bit more detail, a little bit more of a bone structure. It definitely looks really good, and once printed, even better, dog. Here are all the accessories, good to go, sculpted design. And I just want to remind you, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I know you're subscribed to somebody who hasn't uploaded in 10 years, so just a quick reminder. And these will be available on my Etsy if you do want to get them. Thank you. Let's keep going with the video. Now, when it comes to the actual color matching, luckily 6" Plus use similar plastic. It's kind of like this orangey pink hue, and then he just recommended to use flat earth from Vallejo and dry brush it on top of it, and by the looks of it, it matches pretty well. And that's gonna come in handy later when I try to paint match it to the Mezco head. Here we have this cool belt. Here I'm just getting rid of the detail of the supports because it got stuck within the print, but you know, not big an issue. Now I'm gonna go ahead and paint the white. Painting white on this was a bit of a struggle because you do want to get in the groups, but you don't want it to touch the sides. So it was just a bunch of back and forth, you know, trying to stay within the lines. Now on to the main attraction. We got to get some orange and pink and try to color match it to the Mezco. The base layer is not as important because it's going to go dry brush with the flat earth. So I want to get as close as possible as I can to that orangey pink hue and then mask it away with the dry brushing. And when it comes to the actual like fleshy, bloody parts, you got to be real careful with that because you don't want it to look like a 5-year-old did it. And for example, when you look back at the reference picture that I'm going based off, it's not overly gross. It's just you see the main things, which are the skull, the teeth, and the eyeball that's all white. I think it's like a simple design, but it pops out, you know, with the simplicity. and then everything else you do on top of it is just gonna make it look even better. For example, like the gloss texture of the fleshy parts, the white of the teeth, the shadowing of the eyes, you know, all of that is gonna make it look really good. Also, I want to take this time to thank you guys for 25k subscribers. It's I really do appreciate it. It's 25k. That's a lot, man. So I really do appreciate you watching and your attention and commenting the salute emoji like you always do. This part is my favorite part, airbrushing the black, the shadows, because it just makes it look that scarier, you know, the contrast of the white of the teeth and then the white of the eye, and it looks sick, bro. And finally, after cutting, dremeling, painting, sculpting, printing, let me go ahead and show you the best thing figure. Yeah guys, that's been the whole video. Let me know if you like it. This head will be available in my Etsy for Marvel Legends and Mezco. I'll try to skin match it to the Marvel Legends. But yeah man, that's been the whole video. More Marvel zombies for sure. Thank you for watching. Bye.